Hi, I'm Greg Esselor with Otis Technology. Today we're going to be doing an overview and a cleaning of the new Staccato CS firearm. So before we get started, let's make sure that the weapon is clear and unloaded. There's no magazine in. I can visually see it, feel it. So first things off, just looking at this gun, I'll start off with, it just feels nice in your hand. It's got pretty aggressive stippling on the side panels as well as the back. The grip safety on the back feels good. It's got a high beaver tail. The safety, obviously, just like any other 1911 or the 2011 like this is, it's easy to get to. It's ambidextrous on both sides. The slide release is only on your dominant side, so for you right-handed shooters. It does have a Picatinny rail underneath. It's got major cuts in the sides here that are aggressive, but they don't feel like they're going to snag up on clothing or anything. It does have a 3.5-inch fluted barrel. It is a bull barrel. They claim obviously for more accuracy, less heat retention. Fiber optic front sight, co-witness rear sight for the optics ready slide. Flat trigger, 16+1 capacity. All right, so now we're going to clean this Staccato CS. First of all, we want to make sure that the firearm is unloaded. Now we're going to disassemble the slide. So now that the firearm is disassembled, we're going to start to clean it. Today I'm going to use our traditional pull-through kit. This is our FG610 Universal Pistol Kit. This one will cover everything from 22 up to 45. We also offer a solid rod kit now, as well as our tried and true ripcord, which is a one-pass clean. It works great at the range, especially when the barrel's still hot and all that stuff is still just kind of floating in the barrel, doesn't have a chance to adhere. For today's demonstration, we're going to pull out our 8-inch cable and our 30 cal tip, which is our large tip because it cleans anything 30 caliber and larger. So screw the 30 cal tip onto the end. And then we're going to use our 3-inch patch. And our 3-inch patch has 6 holes in it. So on the 9mm, we're going to go to our inside holes. So we're going to go down through, and for more information on our patches and how to tie our patch, please go to our website or take a look at our other YouTube videos. So we're going to take a pinch down on the patch. We're going to fold that up, pull that over. So what this does is it's giving me a perfect 360-degree surface to pull down through the barrel. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of our Shooter's Choice FP10. You don't need a lot, just a few drips around the leading edge of the patch. We're going to clean in the natural direction of the bullet, so from breech to muzzle. That keeps all the carbon stuff from going back into the firearm if this was still assembled. Pull that through, you can see the carbon building up on that patch. Now, with the Otis way of cleaning, you're going to clean wet patch, brush, dry patch. Now I'm going to grab my 38 brush for 9mm. I'm going to thread that onto the cable. And again, going from breech to muzzle, we're going to pull that brush through. That's going to help break down what the CLP is already working on. Again, we're keeping with a 3-step process. We're going to put the tip back on. Now that our patches have 6 holes in them, you can reuse the patch. So simply go to the next spot in the patch, pull that through, and now we're going to mop out everything that we've been breaking down with the brush and the wet patch. You can see the carbon built up on that. So we're going to set the barrel aside for a minute. A lot of different manufacturers will have recommendations on lubricating the barrels. Refer to your owner's manual for that piece. Now we're going to look at our slide. Now the slide doesn't get overly dirty, but you will find bits and pieces from, you have an explosion going on in the chamber, pieces of the projectiles, the brass from the cartridge itself. You'll find little pieces in there. I'm just going to take our all-purpose brush and I'm just going to wipe that down, try to get any of the bigger debris out of there. This one is pretty clean. Also, this is our Otis microfiber gun cloth. This works great because it's a lint-free alternative. You can wipe that down, get any of the carbon built up in there. You can see the carbon that's coming off there. Now again, when it comes to re-lubricating the slide, please refer to your owner's manual. Typically just a little bit of CLP or lubricant on the slides is enough, on the rails inside the slides. You can use your AP brush if you want to run that oil into it, or once it's reassembled by working the action, it'll move that oil up and down the slides as well. We're going to set that to the side for now. Now we're going to look at our frame. The frames usually don't get really dirty. This one, as you can see, being like a 1911, 2011 style, a lot of the trigger mechanism and stuff is tucked away. Without disassembling this completely, I'm going to let this one pass. Again, if you want to do that, refer to your owner's manual or take it to a gunsmith. There's a lot of parts and components within this back strap. So I'm just going to kind of give it a breeze over with this AP brush, mainly focusing on the slide rails. Make sure there's no big chunks or debris. Look in the magazine well, make sure there's nothing in there. Everything else kind of looks good. Again, I'm going to use my gun cloth to wipe it down. Again, we're just kind of focusing on getting the carbon and the other deposits off this. It looks good. Again, when it comes to re-oiling this, I again recommend you to go to your owner's manual. This looks good now. So now we're going to reassemble the firearm. We're going to take our slide, we're going to insert our barrel. Now what we've noticed on the Staccato is make sure everything is lined up. With the guide rod, your spring, just make sure, visually inspect it. If you see any dirt, debris on it, you can hit it with your AP brush quick. This really isn't that dirty. So we're going to reinsert this. So now that the firearm is reassembled, we're going to do a quick function check, make sure everything works on this. And we're good to go. Now that I've been handling it, I want to get my fingerprints because your hands naturally sweat and you get the salts and stuff on the metal, so we want to protect it. This has a nice coating on it. But today we're going to use our 085 wipes. These are a pre-treated cloth. They're disposable. So you can just take them and just wipe down the slide. And any place that's metal on the firearm as well. Once you're done cleaning the outside with the 085 wipe, you'll see a little bit of lint and stuff that's catching up on it. I like to go back to my lint-free cloth and wipe that off, any excess oil and lint. Well, that concludes our video on cleaning the new Stacato CS. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up below, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have questions or comments on the video, please put them below. We'll try to answer them as soon as we can. Appreciate you stopping by today. Thank you.